Om Tat Sat. Thank you for joining this session. Today we will be learning the verse 7 of chapter 1 of the Bhagavad Gītā. Remember, dear sincere seeker, this learning is not just gaining knowledge. This learning, what we are doing, is for healing. Divine wisdom heals us. Just like we learnt in the Sri Śiva Purāṇa in the previous session, how sage Suta took up examples given by Sri Brahma, given by Sanat Kumara, and all the other sages, that Shravanam, Kirtanam, you recite the glories of Sri Shiva, Sri Krishna, Mahadevi. Mananam, contemplate. Nididhyasanam. So to make it more simpler, these three will heal us. So you listen to this session today with deep attention. If you're feeling angry, if you're feeling upset, if you feel deeply pained, I assure you, listen to each and every word carefully. You will be healed by the end of the session today. You will feel more inspired and more motivated to live your life. That is what divine wisdom promises. Most importantly, Shravanam. For the next few months, for the next few years, until you don't fully heal, listen, and listen. So wherever you are, be comfortably seated. Let us start our healing with the learning of the Bhagavad Gītā, verse 7, which is Asmakam tu vishishtaye tani bodha dvijotama nayaka mama sainyasya sanyartham tan bravimite. We will learn how to recite this verse. Before that, let us look at the meaning of each and every word so that it makes some sense when we learn to recite this. Asmakam, our. So who's speaking here? Duryodhana, the tamasic nature of us, is talking to his teacher Dronacharya, telling Asmakam, our. Tu vishishta, tu. However, Vishishta, distinguished. Ye, who, tan, them. Nibodha, no. Dvijotama, O best of the twice born, addressing Dronacharya as a Brahmana, means a person who's learnt. Nayaka, leaders or commanders. Mama, my. Sainyasya, of the army. Sanyartham, for your information. Tan, them. Bravimi, I shall name. Te, to you. What it means in full is, however, O best of the twice born Brahmana, know those who are distinguished on our side, the leaders of my army. See here the attachment, the leaders of my army. I shall name them to you for your information. This is what this verse means. What does it mean? However, O best of the twice born. He's addressing Dronacharya. Know those who are distinguished on our side, like he was mentioning all the warriors in the side of the Pandava. Now Duryodhana is coming back to his side, telling, dear teacher, now now I'll mention the ones who are equally or far more powerful than the ones whom I mentioned on the side of the Pandava, that are there in our side, who are on our side, even more powerful, equal or even more powerful than the Pandava, leaders of my army. I shall name them to you for your information. That is what it means. Now let us learn to recite this. Asmakantu Vishishtaye. It is asmakan because the next letter is a ta, due to which, because of the anuswara, the sound from ma becomes na. Asmakantu Vishishtaye. Look at it very carefully and listen to me very carefully. Asmakan. Asmakan. Repeat it. Asmakan tu vishishtaye. Tu vishishtaye. Tu vishishtaye. Tu vishishtaye. Tani bodha. Tani bodha. Like tan nibodha dvijotama. Dvijotama. So what does this first line mean? Duryodhana is telling his teacher Dronacharya, oh dear teacher, asmakantu vishishtaye tani bodha dvijotama. I will now be mentioning about the army members, my teacher Dvijotama. Nayaka, Nayaka, Mama Sainyasya, Mama Sainyasya, Nayaka, Mama Sainyasya, Sangnarthan, Sangnarthan, Sangnarthan. A little difficult, but you can do it easily. Sangnarthan, ending with a n sound because it's a t, the next letter. Sangnarthan tan bravimite. Sangnarthan tan bravimite. Which means he says, now I'll mention of those great warriors on my side. Mama Sainyasya, my army, who are also Sangnarthan, equally powerful, very powerful, knowledgeable, has all the wisdom. This word alone conveys Sangnartham, on my side, people with equal wisdom or more wisdom, people with equal power or more power, both, is what Duryodhana is trying to tell his teacher. So let's recite the full first line. Asmakantu vishishtaye Tani bodha dvijottama Nayaka mama sainyasya Sannyarthan Tan bravimite. Let's do it again. Asmakantu vishishtaye Tani bodha dvijottama Nayaka mama sainyasya Sangnarthan Tan bravimite. So coming back to the meaning of this verse, dear sincere seeker, keep your eyes closed. Listen to this wisdom with deep attention. What is happening here? Our tamasic nature, Duryodhana, had spoken who should be focused in the side of the Pandava army. In the previous sessions, we learned how each and every personality had a specific good nature of the Sattva Guna. For example, Yudhamanyu, Uttamauja, Abhimanyu, all who were mentioned. Dhrishtaketu, Chekitana, Kashiraja, Purujit, Kunti Bhoja. You all remember how each and every personality, we saw them with a Sattva Guna nature. Compassion, fearlessness, forgiveness, honesty, truthfulness. Duryodhana, the tamasic ego, wants to destroy all that so we can become like him. We can lie, we can cheat, we can hurt, we can harm. It wants us to become like it. That is why he had told to Dronacharya all those main warriors who should be destroyed, who should be in their immediate radar. In a battle, whichever army goes for a battle, they ensure that the most powerful is first destroyed. Then comes the second powerful. If they let the most powerful be, then it becomes very difficult to win that battle. So Duryodhana, the tamasic nature, had looked at all the good qualities which we can possess, and he had told to his teacher. Now he's turning to his side. He's using the word Dvijottama. Dvijottama means Brahmana. Brahmana means, now there's a big misunderstanding of this word. The correct Shastric translation of the word Brahmana means a person who has learned, who is currently practicing, and who is currently living their life as per the scriptures. What is the correct translation of the word Brahmana? Any person, it is not based on a family. Because of wrong translations in English and in other languages, people have started to understand this word is associated only towards a family. No, it is not for a family. It is for a person, irrespective of where he or she is from, what their background is. If they have taken up an initiative to learn divine wisdom, to study divine wisdom, then you will see an automatic change in their character. That is why Dvijottama, rebirth. It's a rebirth in this very life. See, like how we all are listening to this wisdom, you will slowly and steadily notice changes in your mindset. You will notice changes in the way you see this world. Irrespective of going through whatever you are going through currently, you will develop a habit of santosha, irrespective of what happens around you. Santosha means calmness, peace, gratefulness for whatever is there in your life. Dear sincere seeker, spiritual wisdom is a rebirth. When we say this wisdom heals you, it not just heals you, it gives you another opportunity towards life. That is why listen to this with deep attention. If these words, what are being spoken, enters into your ears, you will by default start healing. You will start seeing changes in the way you see this world. It is a rebirth even before you drop this body. That is only the meaning of the word Dvijottama or Brahmana, who has studied divine wisdom, who lives their life as per divine wisdom, who embodies the wisdom of divine wisdom. All these three, not just one, not just studied. Because there are many people who will study, they will forget. They are no longer a Brahmana. Each and every one of you who are in this session, who are listening to this, you will be called as a Brahmana if you listen to this wisdom very carefully, fully learn it thoroughly. Number two, live your life as per this wisdom. Number three, your every actions should be as per this wisdom, embody this wisdom. These are the three categories for you to be considered as a Brahmana. Because divine wisdom removes avidya from our mind, ignorance. Whatever we are today, we are because of our knowledge. Knowledge itself is of three types: sattvika knowledge, the mode of goodness; the mode of passionate knowledge; the mode of ignorance knowledge. Ignorant knowledge is to constantly think negatively, to constantly find flaws in others, to constantly get angry. We have learnt it from somewhere, either from people around us or due to our own poor habits. This has now become our knowledge. So we suffer. Rajasika knowledge is where we see everyone as separate. I am a separate person, you're a separate person. For me, happiness is if I am happy. People are happy or not, that is not my concern. I wish to focus on my personal happiness. This is Rajasika wisdom. These two are the cause of our suffering. That is why when you listen to the wisdom of the Gita, the wisdom of the Shastra. All those wrong knowledge which was there within us, little by little, they go away and it gives rise to new knowledge. This new knowledge is only sattvika wisdom as per the scriptures as it enters. What is sattvika wisdom? Seeing the whole creation as one Sri Krishna. My children, my spouse, my family, the society. It is Him alone everywhere. Learning to be respectful to every person, not generating greed, lust, hatred towards another person. Imagine if the next person was in fact Sri Krishna. Would you generate anger, greed, hatred, lust towards him? Never. Because you respect him, you value him, you have importance for him. Similarly, dear sincere seeker, our knowledge of this divine wisdom teaches us to see every person of every gender, every nationality, wherever they are from, with that vision. Not just human beings, even animals, respecting them. These all constitute to the word Brahmana. If you embody this wisdom like this, then you are a Brahmana. Otherwise, no. You're still learning. A person, think about this very carefully. Let us say that you currently have anger in your mind towards a person. Replace the face of that person with the face of Sri Krishna. Will you still have anger against them? No. Because you know that is the one whom you love the most, that is Sri Krishna. How can you have anger against him? So from today, learn to see every person as your Ishtadevata. Imagine you have greed against another person, jealousy against another person, hatred against another person. Replace the face of that person with the face of Shri Krishna. Will you still have jealousy or hatred? Never. Because you respect Shri Krishna. You look up to him, you bow down to him. How can I generate hatred towards him? So even this emotion, tamasic emotion, will go away. You will generate seeing Ishvara in everyone. Or if you're someone who's struggling with lustful thoughts in your mind against other people, replace the face of that person with the face of Shri Krishna. Automatically, you will become more aware that no, I should be careful. It is wrong. How can I think lustfully towards that divine creator who's giving me a rebirth in this very life? Who's giving me an opportunity to heal? Who's giving me an opportunity to study this divine wisdom? So, dear sincere seeker, whatever emotional problems you have, replace that person, replace that object with the face of Sri Krishna. Automatically that problem will stop bothering you. That is why remember Rupa Dhyanam. Meditate on the image of your Ishtadevata. After every Gita session, we meditate on the mantra Om Paramatmane Namaha. In that mantra, there is also the image of Sri Krishna. You just look at him. Let his image become so deeply ingrained in your mind that whoever you see in this world should be seen as him alone. This is how we begin. Don't take this lightly, take it very seriously, it will save you. Keep looking at the image of Sri Krishna. Automatically, you will notice your anger, greed, hatred all going away. So, Dvijotama Brahmana is a person who has learned divine wisdom, who lives their life as per divine wisdom. Number three, they embody divine wisdom in every action that they perform. So, if you, dear sincere seeker, follow all these three, you are also said to be a Brahmana. Know those who are distinguished on our side, he says. I'll tell you, the ones who are on our side. So, the tamasic nature is going to say all those personalities who support it. Who are the personalities that support tamasic nature? Anger, greed, hatred, lust, negative thinking, violence, cheating, hurting, harming. Like this, he will go on. He's ready to go on and on, conveying, see here. If you think that army of the Pandava was strong, wait until I speak about my individuals who are here to destroy them, which means that nature within us, it is here to destroy us. So be very careful. The tamasic nature is very proud of all those ignorances it has with itself. On our side, those distinguished is going to say the ones who are distinguished and as powerful enough to destroy the goodness within us. That is why, dear sincere seeker, stay away from unwanted conversations with people. Even within your house. See, you have the access to these videos. Make the best use of them. If you have done listening to one video, just play them on the background. You walk, you listen. Sit, you listen. Sleep, you listen. Let divine wisdom alone be playing in your room or wherever you are. If you feel like speaking too much, Om Paramatmane Namaha, while you listen to this divine wisdom. So that is what Duryodhana is saying. I will now mention to you the distinguished warriors on our side, the leaders of my army, the warriors and leaders of my army, or commanders of my army. That's also a good translation. The leaders or commanders. Leaders means who are specifically handling one specific unit of army members. The leaders or commanders or warriors of my army. I shall name them to you for your information. See, he says, my army, mine. This is only attachment. My children, my house, my spouse. From today, what is mine is only Shri Krishna. Repeat this after me. From today, What is mine? It is only Shri Krishna. If you don't accept him as yours, you will end up accepting the world as yours. It's very dangerous. When you accept the world as yours, that's when you go through pain. See, now, the reason why you should heal is because you have accepted the world as yours and you've been tormented mentally, expecting my finances to change, accepting or expecting my family to become more respectful, or for them to change in their behavior, expecting my work to become better, expecting my health to become better, expecting this to change, that to change. It has what has brought us to this disappointment, this suffering where we are at today. Don't expect. Then you'll be free from this mine and my. This belongs to me, that belongs to me. You'll be free from it when you just stop expecting. That's why live happily with what you have. Be satisfied with this session. Don't look for more. One verse a day you do. That verse itself is enough for you. You don't have to complete the whole Gita. We don't study this to complete the Gita at all. We don't want to complete the Gita. We want the Gita to become our life. That's it. One verse a day. Little by little, whatever you learn, let it become the source of your happiness. Be satisfied with this. With this knowledge itself is more than enough for you. You don't need more. Because even the urge for more knowledge can make you dissatisfied. Thinking maybe the next verse 8 will have something more to convey. Verse 9 will have something more. And nothing more. This is it. What you learn today fully, that is it. That is what the Gita is. So be satisfied. Develop santosha with the knowledge you are gaining, with the place where you live, the surroundings where you're at. You will be free from the concept of my or mine. You'll never again say my, like Duryodhana is saying, my army. Nothing is ours here. Develop that intention from today itself. The house you have belongs to Sri Krishna. The children you have belong to him. They all are his. They all are his. Repeat this after me. Everything I own. Repeat it loudly. I should hear you till where I am seated. I can't hear you. Everything I own. Everything I have. Everything what has been given to me. Oh dear Sri Krishna. This all belongs to you in reality. From today, you give him everything you have. Don't accept things to be as yours. That's when you suffer. Your children, surrender to him. What is bothering you? How would the future of my children be? Or how would their life be? Why should you take that responsibility? It's not your work. Can you control your life? Can you control someone else's life? Can you change someone's destiny? You can't. You're powerless. All that you can do is you can pray to him. So surrender them to him. Or what is bothering you? Your spouse, their behavior, your finances, your surroundings, whatever is there in your mind which is bothering you, today you give it to him. Enough of holding on to these things, your career. If you can't give it to him, then the outright answer is you don't trust him. If you trust him, Give your mind everything that you have within you to Him, and you be free from this burden of trying to control your life or others' life. If something good happens, His grace. Something not so good happens, His grace. That is when you will be free from this my or mine. I shall name them to you for your information. This was verse 7. So, what we will do now is we will meditate on the mantra Om Paramatmane Namaha. And when you meditate, remember the face of Shri Krishna. That face alone should be there in your mind. Then, the kind of peace you will find, it could never be found anywhere else in this world. Let's begin. Om Paramatmane Namaha. 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 So next we move to the Yoga Sutra of sage Patanjali. In the Yoga Sutra, today we enter into verse 13 and verse 14. If you remember the past few verses where we were thinking about the vritti, the modifications of the mind, how the mind keeps diverting. Sometimes I'm like this. In 1 hour, I change. In another hour, I change. I keep changing like this. It is very difficult to have a calm mind or to have a calm life when the mind diverts like this. So, to stop these diversions, to stop these vrittis, and to live a life of peace, to live a life of calmness, sage Patanjali had conveyed in the previous verse, Abhyasa Vairagyabhyam Tannirodha, which means the sage tells us to practice Abhyasa and Vairagya. In the previous session, we went into the complete details of these two. Today, we will be learning more details about Abhyasa. What is Abhyasa? How to practice it? Can it truly transform us? Is what we will learn. Verse 13 conveys Tatra sthitau Tatra sthitau yatno bhyasaha. What does it say? Tatra sthitau yatno bhyasaha. It means Tatra, therein, sthitau, in remaining established, yatna, effort, yatna, effort, abhyasa, sustained practice. So this verse conveys sustained practice, which is abhyasa, is the effort to remain established in that state. Dear sincere seeker, to remain in a state of bliss, to remain in a state of peace and calmness, you will have to practice abhyasa. Abhyasa means repeatedly. Om Paramatmane Namaha. Every morning at this time, I should meditate on this mantra for 1 hour non-stop. Every evening, I should meditate on this mantra for 1 hour non-stop. Abhyasa, you keep putting the effort. See, effort is in our hand. Only if you put in effort, there will be grace. In the Devi Bhagavata Purāṇa, if you all remember when we learned, how beautifully it was conveyed that a person should not just always rely on destiny and accept defeat. If I'm destined to not get something, it's fine. That's what destiny is. But from my part, my effort should have been there. Without effort, just accepting whatever comes as destiny is also adharma. You should try your best in whatever you do. See, if you're not meant to succeed in what you're doing, it is fine. But our effort should always be there. But now in spirituality, now that was material thing what I was speaking about. In spirituality, in sadhana, you will always be blessed. You will be supported. You will see growth. You will attract grace. So why shouldn't you do abhyasa? Abhyasa is the effort to remain established in that state. That state of bliss. It will keep us there for a longer time. When you put in effort, the reward is bliss. So Sage Patanjali, even before Vairagya, he says Abhyasa. Otherwise, he would have first said dispassion, then Abhyasa. Even to generate dispassion, Vairagya, you need practice. That is, you need to mentally tell yourself that I am satisfied with what I have before you become satisfied with what you have. I cannot directly become satisfied with everything that I have unless and until I don't repeatedly tell myself. So remind yourself the rules of Yama Niyama, which is I'm satisfied with my wealth, with my family, with my surroundings. I will be truthful. I will not lie. I will not cheat. Repeat this every day to yourself. You will create a new habit, abhyasa. This itself will save you. Listening to the satsanga is an abhyasa. Initially, you will feel tired. You might not like it. But as you keep doing it, and when you notice your mind calming down, when you notice yourself becoming more peaceful, that is the reward for your abhyasa. Dear sincere seeker, I'll make it much more simpler. Listen very carefully. This effort which you are putting in to listen to this wisdom, its fruit is going to be bliss for you. But don't think about the fruit and attend it. Attend it just for the sake of your peace. Look for peace, bliss will come your way. Searching for bliss, that attainment of the highest, will then disappoint you. So don't search for the highest. Just search for this little. If it gives me happiness for half an hour, that's enough. I'm grateful. Our abhyasa should be as such. Whatever you get, try to be satisfied. Even that little peace you find. And the next verse he says, Satu, Satu Dirghakala, Satu Dirghakala, Nairantarya, Satkara Sevito. Just a second. Here. Satkara Sevito, Dridha Bhumihi. Dridha Bhumihi. What it means? Sa, that too. Indeed. Dirghakala or Dirghakala. Dirghakala, which is for a long time. That Satu. That indeed. Dirghakala, for a long time. Nairantarya, Nairantarya, without interruption, no distractions, no disturbance. Firm for a long time. I'm heading this direction. Satkara, with reverence, with respect. Asevita, Asevita, practiced. Cultivated or practiced every time, every day for a long time. Dridha, Dridha Bhumi, Dridha Bhumi, which is, it becomes firmly grounded. In short, the meaning of this verse is that abhyasa indeed becomes firmly grounded when practiced for a long time, without interruption and with reverence. See, dear sincere seeker, what this verse conveys is that our spiritual practices has to keep going on without a pause. Don't stop this. Do it every single day. Like this Gita study itself, I've told you. For you to complete this entire Bhagavad Gita, it will take 2 years. Sometimes it can even take 3 years. Because if you do one verse a day for the next 700 days, which is 700 verses, almost 2 years. Now, don't think of 2 years and get panicked or scared thinking, why should it take so long to study it? See, I'll tell you something. If you really want to start and end the Gita, I can teach it to you in 2 hours. It's not a big deal. In 2 hours, chapter by chapter, I will speak about what are the most important topics which are conveyed, what it conveys. The Gita is over. But after that, what? You won't be calm, you won't be satisfied, you won't be peaceful. Only when you learn to apply this wisdom every day, little by little, little by little, as you show up, as you meditate, as you pray, as you have firm faith in this, you will start noticing changes within you. That is why this is a journey for us. This is a healing process for us. Imagine you got hurt. You got a fracture on your left hand, your right hand. When you go to the hospital, they operate it and they tell you for the next 2 months, you cannot use this hand. Just let it rest and heal. Like that, this journey, don't see it as long and tiring. See it as a beautiful journey of healing every day. Today, so much becomes your peace, no problem. Tomorrow, so much. Day after, this much. You should just feel good after you've done this session. That's it. That's the aim. All that negativity of yours should go away. That is our goal. When you do it like this itself becomes a very powerful abhyasa. It becomes firmly grounded when you do it for a long time. Every day when you keep doing your sadhana, listening to the Gita, the whole session. As mentioned, you sit on the floor and listen. If your legs are hurting, sit up and listen. If you feel tired, stand and listen. If you feel distracted, walk and listen, but be careful that you don't see the screen and hit somewhere. Walk and listen. Whatever you do, Shravanam. As you keep listening for a long time, every day when you do this, even in your sleep, you will start hearing Om Tat Sat. You'll freak out and get up. My goodness, did I actually play something? Where is this coming from? Your mind will remind you of this divine wisdom. The session begins while you're sleeping as well. That's the power of long time abhyasa. Let us say, after 2 years, after 3 years, once you've completed this entire journey, still your mind will have an urge to keep continuing your spiritual practices because it heals us. That's the reward. That's the best reward we can ever get. When you do it without interruption and with reverence, which means respect this wisdom. See, if you find something negative of any chapter or anything, whatever I've told you, that belongs to me. That does not belong to the scripture. So you should forget it and move on. As human beings, we can commit a lot of errors. The divine wisdom only teaches bliss, peace, and happiness. So respect this wisdom. Don't give up on this very soon. On this path, I know it is difficult. It is not easy to meditate every day. There are some days where you will feel like, why am I even doing this? Because our human mind has been constantly trained to expect an immediate reward. So, for you, dear sincere seeker, the reward is not to see Sri Krishna, Mahadevi as a divine darshan. Rather, for you, the reward right now should be to see peace and calmness in your mind. Keep that as a reward. What is for you as what is moksha or what is samadhi for you? The mind becoming calm. That's it. That's enough. Don't have more desire than that. Then you'll be in pain. So, from today, what is spiritual elevation for us? What is samadhi for us? What is realization of the ultimate truth? Calmness of the mind, peace, silence, feeling loved, feeling protected by Sri Krishna. After you listen to this session, that is spiritual elevation for us from today. Only then we will respect this. Otherwise, what happens? We will start panicking, thinking, when will I complete this? How long will it take? For some individuals, it can be completed in this embodiment. For some, after 5 from now, after 10 from now, we don't know. After 1,000,000 embodiments from now, we don't know. So rather than aiming completion of this journey as your object, from today, aim for peace, calmness as your final goal of spiritual practices. You'll be much more satisfied and you'll continue this journey with respect. So these are the two verses what we learned today, which is Satu Dirghakala Nairantarya Satkara Sevito Dridha Bhumihi. Satu Dirghakala Nairantarya Satkara Sevito Dridha Bhumihi. It gives you that firm ground. Sattu Dirghakala Nairantarya Satkara Sevito Dridhabhumihi. Practice for a long time. This is a journey. We are not studying this wisdom as if it's going to end in 1 month, 2 months, or 2 years. It's a part of our life. And remember, what is your ultimate goal? Not samadhi. Don't go for samadhi now. Not realization of the ultimate truth. Calmness of the mind. Peace. When you get this right, you'll be very satisfied. You'll feel motivated to show up every day, to listen to this wisdom every day. If you start keeping samadhi as your intention, as your desire from now, as your abhyasa, then what will happen is that you'll feel demotivated very soon. So our abhyasa is for healing, to be calm, to be surrendered, to be a good human being who values everything in our life. That's it. Don't think of anything more. You will automatically receive what you should be receiving as a reward by grace of Ishvara. When you're truthful in what you do right, you'll automatically receive the grace, which is realization of Ishvara. But don't have the goal as realization of Ishvara. I repeat this again. What is your goal from today? Whenever you listen to these sessions, whenever you study divine wisdom, to experience a calmer mind, to experience more peace. Do you find it after the session? Mission accomplished. Successful. Day 1 completed. Day 2, tomorrow, when you feel overly agitated, just play the session and sit. You feel much more calmer, mind more surrendered. That's enough. This will slowly create that healing process within you, and your mind will automatically become steady in this journey. And when you become steady in this journey, your practice becomes firmly grounded, which means you'll do it every day. And once you start doing it every day, you are getting close to attract the grace of your Ishtadevata. But don't think of it. If you think of it, you'll be disappointed soon then. Then you'll start expecting, when is that grace going to come? When will I see him? When will I see her? We don't want to see them. We just want to be calm, peaceful. And when the time should come, your Ishtadevata, Ishvara, himself will reveal his form to you. Till then, just be focused in your spiritual journey. Remember Abhyasa, focus on Abhyasa. The goal of your sadhana is peace and calmness. Now we will meditate on a mantra to attain peace and calmness, which is Om Paramatmane Namaha. No, not Paramatmane. Om Purushaya Namaha. So let's meditate on the mantra. Om Purushaya Namaha. 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 Namaha. Om Purushaya 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 Namaha. Next, we move to Sri Lalitā Sahasranāma. In the Sri Lalitā Sahasranāma, the previous session, we had completed Dhyanam, verse 2. Now we enter into Dhyanam, verse 3. The verse 3 of Dhyanam is, here you go, this one, for which we will use the other page, this for our recitation. All right. So verse 3 is Dhyayet Padmasanastham Vikasita Vadanam Padmapatrayataakshim Hemabham Pitavastram Karakalitalasadhema Padmam Varangim. सर्वालङ्कारयुक्तां सततमभयधां भक्तनम्रां भवानीं श्रीविद्यां शान्तमूर्तिं सकलसुरनुतां सर्वसम्पत्प्रदात्रीम्. This is verse 3, a little longer, but it is very beautiful when we learn it word by word. First word, let us look at the meaning of this. Dhyayet, one should meditate upon. Padmasanastham, seated in the lotus posture, Padmasana. So we are here learning that we should meditate upon that Padmasanastham, a person who's seated in Padmasana. Vikasita, blooming, cheerful or smiling. Vadanam, Vadanam, whose face beautifully cheerful, smiling. Padmapatra, lotus petals, like lotus petals. Ayata, wide, elongated. Akshim, Akshim, whose eyes are Akshim. Hemabham, having a golden radiance or luster. The radiance is golden. Pita Vastram, with beautiful yellow garments. Kara, in her hand. Kalita, held. Lasat, shining. Hema Padmam, a golden lotus flower. Varangi, possessing a beautiful divine form. Salva Alankara, Salva Alankara, all types of ornaments. Salva Alankara, ornaments. Yuktam, adorned with. Satatam, always. Abhayadam, bestower of fearlessness. Abhaya. Bhakta Namram, compassionate, inclined towards humble devotees. The compassion which she has towards us. She supports us in everything. Bhavani, goddess Bhavani, or Ma Bhavani. Shri Vidya, who is the personification of divine knowledge, Shri Vidya. Shri Vidya is all the knowledge, divine wisdom, divine speech, divine thoughts. They all come from Ma. That is why we call her as Shri Vidya. Shanta Murtim, the embodiment of peace and tranquility. Sakalasura, by all the celestial devatas. Nutam, praised. She is praised by all the celestial devatas. Salva Sampat, all forms of wealth and prosperity. Pradatri, she is the bestower of it. So overall, what it means is, one should meditate upon Ma Bhavani, who is seated in the lotus posture, Padmasana, with a cheerful, blooming face and wide, beautiful eyes resembling lotus petals. She shines with a golden luster. is clad in yellow garments, holds a glowing golden lotus in her hand, and possesses a divine, beautifully proportioned form, adorned with every ornament. She perpetually bestows fearlessness and grants grace to her humble devotees. She is Shri Vidya, Shri Vidya itself, the embodiment of absolute peace, absolute wisdom, knowledge, everything. That's why we call her Shri. Shri itself, auspiciousness, Vidya, all types of divine wisdom. Worshipped by all the celestial devatas and bestower of all prosperity and auspiciousness. Now, generally, whenever we read like this, still our mind, due to its weakness of portraying this beautiful image of Ma Devi or Ma Lalita Tripura Sundari, is not able to understand this properly. Now, you see, we just read this, we saw the meaning, still there's something missing because we have stopped meditating on the form of Ma Devi. When you meditate on the form of Ma Devi, after reading that verse, this is what your mind should be creating. This beautiful image is what that verse conveys. See, seated in Padmasana. This is only Padmasana on the lotus, a golden lotus in her beautiful hand. All the celestial devatas see behind, they are worshipping her. How wonderful is this form, right? Yellow garment. Whatever we learnt in that verse is matching here. Golden lotus, all those gems as a crown on her. Her eyes like lotus. All the devatas behind, celestial devatas bowing down to her, praying to her. Like a golden complexion, the background. Seated in Padmasana upon a lotus. Now come back to this verse. Exactly this is what that verse conveys, right? Ma Bhavani, who's seated in the lotus posture, Padmasana, with a cheerful, blooming face and wide, beautiful eyes resembling lotus petals. So for this first line, you see here, it is matching. Beautiful lotus-like eyes, seated in Padmasana, this posture. Line 1, we are connecting here. Line 2, she shines with a golden luster, is clad in yellow garments, holding a golden lotus flower, possessing a divine, beautiful proportion form. See? Golden lotus flower, and how beautiful is her form. If you just sit and look at this for the next 5 minutes, all thoughts of your worldly pain and misery will go away. That's the power of Rupa Dhyanam. That's what the sages or the Vagdevis are conveying here. Adorned with every ornament, she perpetually bestows fearlessness and grants grace to her humble devotee. See, every ornament. So such beautiful ornaments here on her. They are beautified because of her. Usually, we become more beautiful by adorning ornaments, but with Ma Lalita Tripura Sundari or Ma Bhavani, it is all the other way around. Whatever she puts on, those ornaments become beautified because of her. She is Shri Vidya, which means the one who bestows us all wisdom, all divine wisdom, and gives us all prosperity. All the celestial devatas praying to her. See the celestials, worshipped by all the celestials, and bestower of prosperity, worshipped by all celestials, are the background that you see in that image. Oh, just a second. Here you go. All the celestials in the background you see are being worshipping Ma Bhavani. So, whenever you recite this verse, this is the image that should come to your mind. Just look at this image, the background, the golden radiance, the Padmasana posture, the lotus. That's why the Vagdevis, all the rishis, highly emphasize meditating on this. You just close your eyes thinking of this image, your mind will become golden, beautiful. If you can't see the difference, just look at this. For the next 2 minutes, while I give you a commentary on this verse, how we can apply this in our life, you keep looking at the image of Ma Bhavani. And then you close your eyes after 2 minutes, you will see your mind becoming so beautiful and calm that you will see her grace entering into you. And listen to the satsanga for this verse. In this verse, we learn that Ma Bhavani, who is beautifully seated with yellow garments, holding a glowing golden lotus in her hand, that lotus can be seen as us. That golden lotus signifies each and every one of us, dear spiritual seeker. See, lotus, irrespective of being in muddy and dirty water, it rises above that mud and dirt. The mud and dirt does not get on the lotus. The lotus is free from it. Similarly, when we deeply surrender at the feet of Ma Bhavani, just like the way that lotus is held in her hand, which she has lifted above, you will be lifted above in your life. You will see changes in your life. She will lift you up. She will lift you out of pain, misery. Whatever is bothering you, dear sincere seeker, she will lift you out of it. But from you, only one thing is expected: meditate on her beautiful form. The Gita, chapter 5, also conveys about this. That a spiritual seeker who practices yoga rises above like a lotus leaf which is untouched by water. In this world, yes, it is very hard to see people lying, cheating, hurting, harming. It is painful to see violence, people hurting one another. It is painful to see arguments between loved ones. And we all start thinking, how can I live here? What can motivate me to live in a place which is fully messed up? You need something to motivate you. Either you should be a messed up person, or you should be a person who has risen up beyond these mess to be inspired to live here. See, which person will be inspired to live on a planet where there is lying, cheating, war, violence, hatred? Only a messed up person will like to be here because they like all that cheating, hurting, harming. Their mind is drawn towards that, so they find inspiration from all the adharma. But a dharmic person cannot find inspiration from this. How can we live here seeing all this? It is insanity. So if you're looking for inspiration, then that inspiration comes when you meditate on Ma Bhavani. She will empower you, she will heal you, and give you that strength to live in this world without committing sins. Even though everyone around us commits sins, we will be free from committing sins because we won't commit it. We won't be inspired towards sinful life. We will be inspired towards a life of peace, harmony, and surrender. See, every person you see in this world, whatever they do, there is an inspiration behind. Inspiration to get more money, more name, more fame, more success. But when a person starts to introspect deeply, starts to change, starts to think, why should I be so ignorant? Why can't I be a good human being? Then they are lost if they don't find the inspiration from Ma Devi. When you start changing from within, that is the right time to catch her feet, hold her feet, and take inspiration from her. Meditate on her. Then you will be inspired only to walk in the path of Dharma. Even if a person offers you the whole world, the whole creation, someone says that you will not even drop this body. A yaksha comes and tells you, I will give you the boon for immortality. Yet we will not be inspired by it because our inspiration is this beautiful face of Ma Devi. It's the beautiful form of Ma Bhavani. And she will lift you up like that lotus. See that lotus? Golden lotus, it's been lifted up. Like that, you will be protected, you will be safe. So don't worry about how the world is. Yes, the world is filled with very ignorant people, dangerous people, far vicious than snakes. Snakes are far better. The world is filled with people who are far more vicious than the most venomous snakes in this world. At least a snake, if it bites you, it'll take 1 hour for you to drop the body. But human beings have become so vicious that within seconds they will make you drop your body. Then what will inspire us to live among these people with such insanity? Ma Devi alone, Ma Bhavani alone. Why should we do this? So that even the fallen can be uplifted looking at our actions. And we also uplift ourselves in this journey. Number one, the fallen people. They uplift themselves by looking at you thinking, this person does not hate, harm, do anything which is wrong, is always blissful and happy. What does he or she do? Let me ask. Now we will put them into our trap. Our trap is meditate on the beautiful image of Ma Bhavani. This is the best trap to get into. Like how when we go to an adharmi, they puts us into the trap of adharma. Like that, when an adharmi comes to dharma, we will put you into our trap. From here, there is no more returning. It is only meditating on Ma Bhavani. Now we no longer want the world, nothing else. We don't complain. We live here peacefully for her. So she is our inspiration. And when you make her your inspiration, you become like that lotus which she is holding. See, that lotus is not on the ground. She has lifted you up. She will lift you from anger, greed, hatred, negative thinking. So don't waste your time worrying about the world. Yes, the world has become a very evil place, far more vicious than the most vicious snake. Yet inspiration comes when you're protected by her. When she protects you, right, then no amount of enmity, no amount of evilness can come close to you. All these are like ants. Imagine there's a small ant on the ground. If it comes to you, you'll just push it away. You know it can't do anything to you. Similarly, the most evil person in this creation will be far more smaller than an ant when you are lifted by her. So now we will learn how to recite this verse, which is like this. Dhyayet padmasanastham. Dhyayet padmasanastham. Dhyayet. Dhyayet padmasanastham. This is the first. Vikasitavadanam. Say it. Vikasitavadanam. Vikasitavadanam, her face. Try to understand the meaning. Dhyayet Padmasanastham, seated in that beautiful posture of Padmasana. Vikasitavadanam, her beautiful face. Padmapatrayataakshim. Patrayatakshim, her eyes are akshim, like lotus petals. Padmapatrayatakshim. Let's do this portion alone. Dhyayet padmasanastham vikasitavadanam padmapatrayatakshim. Next. Hemabham. Hemabham. Pitavastran. Ending. Pitavastran. If you say Pitavastram, it's just that you haven't applied that Anuswara rule, that's it. But it's still right. You don't have to worry. But for perfection, Pitavastran, because next letter is Ka. Pitavastran. What does it mean, Pitavastran? Oh, that beautiful yellow garment on her. Hemabham, that golden luster, that golden radiance. Pitavastran. Karakalita. Karakalita lasad. So split this as one. Karakalita lasad. Dhema padmam. Karakalita. Let's have this portion alone as one. Karakalita lasad. 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 Dhema padmam. Varangi. Karakalita. Say it. Kara. In her hands. Kalita. Holding. Lasat. Glowing. Hema Padmam. The golden lotus flower, that's you. How can you forget yourself? Hema Padmam. Varangi. Possessing a beautiful divine form and a body. This is the first part. See how simple? Just rewind it. the video, rewind again and again and listen to this, you'll be able to master this. Hemabham, Hemabham, Pitavastran, Karakalitalasadhema Padmam, Varangi. Let's do this line alone once fully. ध्यायेत् पद्मासनस्थां विकसितवदनां पद्मपत्रायताक्षीं हेमाभां पीतवस्त्रान् करकलितलसधेमपद्मां वराङ्गीम्. Don't be disappointed or demotivated if you can't recite it like this. For me, it took one full day to learn this verse alone when I started my journey. So, if you are able to learn this verse in 1 hour, you have surpassed the one who's taught you. It took me 1 day to learn this verse. This one line alone, next line, it took me another day because my learning is very slow. So, if you can learn this in 1 hour minimum, you're excellent. Next line. Sarvalankara yuktam, the alankara, all types of ornaments on her. Yuktam, adorned. So, Sarvalankara yuktam. Sarva, like do like this. Sarvalankara yuktam. Satatamabhayadam. Satatamabhayadam. That's why when you go to the first video which I shared, right, learning the alphabets, letters, you'll find it very easy when you read it like this. Satatamabhayadam. Satatamabhayadam. Always bestower of fearlessness in us. So we don't fear this world. Remember, the most vicious snake takes you 1 hour to destroy you. Human beings who have become far more vicious than the snake, 1 minute is enough, 1 second is enough, with all the weapons they have made. So who can inspire us to live among these? Madevi alone. Otherwise, there's no inspiration to live among such humans. Bhaktanam Ram. Bhaktanam Ram means she's compassionate towards us. So she gives us that inspiration, supports us, guides us in this journey. Bhaktanam Ram Bhavani. Ma Bhavani. Bhavani. Shri Vidyam Shantamurtim. 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 Sakala Suranutam. Sakala Suranutam. Sakala Suranutam. Sarva Sarva Sampat Pradatri. Sarva Sampat Pradatri. See how simple? Sarva Sampat. All forms of wealth and prosperity. Pradatri. She gives you. If you can't do that, what I showed you, come here. This verse. Remember the trick I told you? Dhyayet Padmasanastham Vikasita Vadanam Padmapatra. Now here you should join so it can match. Padmapatraya Takshim. So these three you join. Padmapatraya Takshim. Or you can even do singly. Ayata Akshim. But when they both are joined, it becomes Takshim. Hemabham पीतवस्त्रां करकलितलसत् हेमपद्मां वराङ्गीं सर्व alankara. So when they are joined, it becomes salvalankara. What is now written as salva alankara yuktam satatam abhayadam bhaktanam ram bhavani Shri Vidyam Shantamurtim Sakalasura Nutam Salva Sampat Pradatri. So word by word you go. Then when you come here, it becomes easier. So let's recite the whole verse once. Dhyayet Padmasanastham Vikasitavadanam Padmapatrayataakshim Hemabham Pitavastran Karakalitalasadhema Padmam Varangim Salvalankarayuktam Satatamabhayadam Bhaktanam Ram Bhavani Shri Vidyam Shantamurtim Sakalasuranutam Salva Sampat Pradatri. This is how it goes. So remember, what is the meaning? This verse inspires us to meditate on this beautiful form of Ma Bhavani, so she can inspire you to live in this world. The inspiration which you have lost will come back to you when you meditate on her beautiful form. So now we will recite the mantra of Ma Devi for a few minutes. You can even listen to it if you can't recite it, because we've done too much of recitation till now. So just listen to it if you can't recite it before we begin with the Shri Śiva Purāṇa. Aim Hrim Shrim Shri Matre Namaha. Om Aim Hrim Shrim Shri Matre Namaha. Om Aim Hrim Shrim Shri Matre Namaha. Om. Aim. Hrim. Shrim. 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 Shri Matre Namaha. Om. Aim. Hreem. Shreem. Shri Matre Namaha. Om. Aim. Hreem. Shreem. Shri Matre Namaha. Om. Aim. Hreem. Shreem. Shri Matre Namaha. Next, we move to the Shri Shiva Purāṇa, in which we move to chapter 5 of book 1. Remember in the previous session what we learned? In the previous session, which was chapter 4, we learned about Shravanam, Kirtanam, Mananam. Don't worry, today I'm not going to repeat the same. So it won't be boring, it'll be very interesting today. I know at the last session there was too much of Shravanam, Mananam, or Kirtanam and Mananam. But today's session, you will learn something very interesting, new. And wherever there's a repeat, I will give you something new to learn. Today it is chapter 5. How is this chapter titled? The Greatness of the Shivalinga. Why do we come to this directly from Shravanam, Kirtanam, and Mananam? Is a good question what you can ask. Today's chapter, the greatness of the Shivalinga. In the previous chapter, we learned listening to this divine wisdom as a very important habit. And in the previous session, the sages ask a final question. What if a person cannot do this 3? Let us say I'm listening to divine wisdom. I'm willing to listen, but I don't have a provision. See, most of you who are listening to this session, we all are lucky that we have access to this. There are so many millions of people that can benefit from this wisdom. Unfortunately, they don't have access to this. They don't have access in the sense they don't know where this video is. To reach them, again, marketing and all those things, it is so difficult. The world is a huge place. We have access to this, so we can practice Shravanam, Kirtanam, Mananam. What about those who don't have access to this? What about those who can't even understand what they listen to? See, many of us listen to divine wisdom, but not everyone understands it in the same depth. In that scenario, what can such a person do to increase their devotion towards the feet of Sri Shiva? What can a person do in such cases to surrender more deeply at the feet of Sri Shiva? Was the final question. Today's session gives an answer to that question, that is the greatness of the Shiva Linga. Sutta said, a person, a seeker of the path of the truth, who is incompetent for Shravana, Kirtana, Mananam, such a person can fix their mind on the image of the Shiva Linga or on the image of Sri Shiva and worship them every day. So when a person cannot have access to listen to this wisdom, cannot understand divine wisdom, for such a person, the best sadhana is meditating on the Shiva Linga. That is why I say, I hope you're doing it while you're listening, looking at the beautiful image of Sri Shiva. Listen. Looking at the beautiful Shiva Linga. Listen. The image is very, very powerful because the mind captures the image and keeps that image alone and it replays it again and again. That is what our thoughts are. Whenever you think of a person, the very first thought that comes to your mind is the image of that person. Without the image of the person, you can't think of a person. So Sutta says, when a person is incompetent or sadly is not able to listen to divine wisdom or meditate on divine wisdom, let him meditate on the image of the Shivalinga or on the Shivalinga or on the image of Sri Shiva. Such a person can cross over the ocean of samsara by doing this. In fact, you should constantly worship the Shivalinga every day. You can even buy a Shivalinga and keep in your house, which we will see in the next few chapters, where Sutta will also speak of that. Buy a physical Shivalinga if you can. Keep looking at it when you're meditating, so that the image of that Shivalinga can enter into your mind. Whenever you buy even an image, a photo, it's having the image of Sri Shiva, the physical form, that physical form should also have the Shivalinga with it. That's the rule. So you can meditate on the form and the formless, both. A devotee can even gift a Shivalinga to others, but without deceiving others. The money should be earned through right means before you gift anyone a Shivalinga. In your house, in your prayer room, in your puja room, meditate looking at the Shiva Linga, the Murti of Shri Shiva. If you do this every day, even without listening to divine wisdom, you can attain salvation. Constantly meditating on his image, Rupa Dhyanam. So now Sage Sutta is coming towards Rupa Dhyanam, meditating on the image. The sages ask a question. In fact, every devata are worshipped only in their image. Any devata you take, Shri Vishnu, Ma Devi, Shri Ganesha, they all are worshipped with an image. There's a form for them. But why is Shri Shiva worshipped as an image, as a form, and in the form of the Shiva Linga? It's a very good question, right? Remember, what is the question the sages are asking? All the devatas usually have a form for themselves. That's it, that's the only form they have. But for Sri Shiva alone, why is there a Shiva Linga? And there is a form for him. Why two? Why not only one like the other devatas? Sutta responds to them that this is a beautiful question. And I shall tell you what Sri Shiva himself has taught from the beginning of creation. What Sri Shiva himself had conveyed, which I heard from my teacher. Sri Shiva, number one, is worshipped as Nishkala. Nishkala means nameless and formless. Repeat it after me. Nishkala. Nishkala. It means he is nameless and formless. Since he is identical with the Supreme Brahman, he is the formless. Sri Shiva is glorified as Nishkala, as he is nameless and formless. That is his one approach. That is the one way how we worship him. The second way is Sakala. Repeat this. Sakala means he is an embodied form. He has an embodied form as well. So Sri Shiva alone is both Sakala and Nishkala. He is having a form, he is also formless. His formless representation is what is the Shiva Linga stands for. I hope you all are clear now with this. If anyone asks you, what does the Shiva Linga signify? It's a huge incident which we will go to. The next chapter will also convey about this, why it is in that form. Why is it called as the formless? We will get into that slowly. Next topics are only on that. But if someone asks you, what does the Shiva Linga signify? Your answer should be, the Shiva Linga signifies the Nishkala, which is the nameless and formless attribute of Sri Shiva. So we worship the Shiva Linga. I repeat again. Why do we worship the Shiva Linga? Because it signifies the nameless and formless aspect of Sri Shiva. In the Sakala, the one with the form, is where we worship him with a Rupa. The image which you see on the screen, this perfectly explains it. On the left corner, you see Sri Shiva seated, his physical form. That is called as Sakala. In center, you see that Shiva Linga, right? That is Nishkala. Since Sri Shiva is both Sakala and Nishkala, with a form and without a form. He is worshipped as a Shiva Linga. Also, he is worshipped as a person with a form. Since he is the formless Parabrahman, he is the only Devata, the only Ishvara who has a Shiva Linga to him. No one else has like this. When you compare, right, all the other Devatas, they all only have a physical form, like how Shri Shiva is there on the left of the screen. Only like this they will have a form. But no one has a form of that Shiva Linga. Only Shri Shiva has. That signifies that he is also Parabrahman, the formless. That is why we worship the Shiva Linga and the form of Shri Shiva. And in fact, it has been conveyed that the meaning of the Pranava, Om, the essence of the Vedanta, it was conveyed by Nandikeshwara when it was asked by Sanat Kumara, the intelligent child of Brahma, at the mountain of Mandara. So now we are going into deeper examples. How the sages asked, right? Why is Shri Shiva worshipped in this form of a Shiva Linga? So now we are going much more deeper into delve into this to understand why he is worshipped in the form of the Shiva Linga. One answer is clear: he is Parabrahman. That's why this Shiva Linga signifies his formless aspect. Now, how did it all start? Where did it come from? That source we are heading to. That is why Sutta now says that at the beginning, Nandikeshwara, who's the attendant of Sri Shiva, had taught Sanat Kumara, the intelligent child of Brahma, in the Mount Mandara about this in detail. Sanat Kumara said, the embodied form alone is often observed in the worship of the deities other than Sri Shiva. But in Sri Shiva, his worship has two forms. One is the Linga, other is his physical form. Sanat Kumara is questioning. Sanat Kumara is asking Nandikeshwara this question. The embodied form alone is often observed in the worship of the deities other than Sri Shiva. Both the Shiva Linga and the embodied forms are seen only in the worship of Sri Shiva. Why is that? So the same question what the sages asked. Why does he have these two forms where every Devata has only one? So Sanat Kumara is asking the same question to Nandikeshwara, what the sages are asking to Sutta. So Nandikeshwara, the divine attendant of Sri Shiva, answers this question. He says, it is impossible to answer this question without understanding the secret of Parabrahman, the ultimate consciousness. So first we should understand what is the secret of the ultimate consciousness. Then you can understand why he is worshipped like this. He says, I shall tell you what Sri Shiva himself had told once. Sri Shiva, in his formless aspect, is the supreme Brahman. He is Nishkala, formless. That is why he is worshipped with the Shiva Linga. In his form, he is worshipped as that very image with a murti. And Sanat Kumara questions again. So the same answer what I gave you is now we are going back to the past, how the same questions were asked. Sanat Kumara now asks further that you have explained clearly how the Shiva Linga and the image of Sri Shiva is worshipped, why they are worshipped, what they signify. One the formless, another with the form. Now, dear sage, or now, dear Nandikeshwara, I wish to hear the feature of the manifestation of the Shiva Linga aspect of Sri Shiva. So he's asking, how did the Shiva Linga, this very form, how did it come at the first? What inspired this form? Where did it come at the beginning? Why did it come at the beginning? Explain it to me more clearly. I am clear with the image of Sri Shiva. There's no confusion in that. Like all the Devatas, Sri Shiva has a form and image. But this formless, where did it begin from? How did it start? Explain to me those details, is what Sanat Kumara is asking. Nandikeshwara is responding by saying, "O dear one, out of love for you, I shall tell you the truth. Long, long ago, in the famous first Kalpa, Shri Brahma and Shri Vishnu started to have an argument with each other. An argument and a fight was about to break out between Shri Brahma and Shri Vishnu long, long ago, in the very first Kalpa. At the beginning of the creation, they both were arguing. In order to eradicate their arrogance, Parameshwara, Shri Shiva, showed them his unembodied Nishkala form in the form of a column in their midst, like a light. We will get into that divine story soon. When there was an argument between Brahma and Vishnu, to make them calm, to understand who holds the truest and the most power, a huge column of light. Like imagine there's a straight light, like while you're standing here, in front of you there's a huge light passing above and below. As far as you can see above it goes, as far as you can see below it goes. So the Shiva Linga, in fact, evolved out of that divine column of light, with a desire to bless everyone in this world. Whoever wishes to attain mukti, moksha. From that time onwards, the Shiva Linga has become the significance of the image of the Nishkala Rupa of Sri Shiva. What it signifies is that we cannot know everything in this world. When Sri Brahma and Sri Vishnu started to go above and below to try to find out the root, the start, they both came back feeling dejected because they could not find the beginning, neither could they find the end of that divine light. So, what this conveys till here is that not everything can be in our grasp, even the Supreme Parabrahman, Sri Shiva. It is impossible for us to understand him. When the big devatas like Sri Brahma, Sri Vishnu could not understand him, how can we understand him? That is why, dear sincere seeker, in your life, whenever you pray, do your abhyasa, as mentioned in the Yoga Sutra of Sage Patanjali today. Your sadhana, just with an intention for having mental peace, Don't do it with an intention of realizing Sri Shiva, because that's a very huge task, and he, out of his grace only, we can realize him. Because I think I want to realize you, I can't realize him. That becomes ahankara. I repeat again. In your prayer, in your meditation, every day, approach this as a healing for you. Approach this as a journey that keeps you calm, gives you purpose in your life. You will feel much better, much motivated. Don't listen to this with an intention of completing your journey, realizing Sri Shiva, because it's a long journey. It is His grace. Our effort cannot take us to that which is beyond effort. Our senses cannot take us to that which is beyond senses. So, humbleness is here what we learn from here. Sri Brahma, Sri Vishnu became humbled knowing that mukti, liberation, true knowledge, they all are the grace of Sri Shiva. We should never think that I will become liberated, I will realize Him, I will complete this journey. This is all ahankara. Our thought process should be, I wish to try my best to meditate on Him every day, to think of Him every day. That's enough. You'll feel more inspired to walk on this journey. So Nandikeshwara is saying like this, that is when the Shiva Linga in fact comes up, when that column of light goes above. So the story hasn't come yet. I'm just giving you the glimpse so you're not lost when that story comes of Sri Brahma and Sri Vishnu. So they go top and down trying to find the end and the start. They could not. From that time onwards, the Shiva Linga was created. In fact, when a person meditates on this glorious Shiva Linga, he or she becomes free from all kinds of ignorances. Thus ends this divine chapter, chapter 5. So, what we understand from this chapter, to summarize it more easily, the sages ask Sutta, what if a person is not competent enough to listen to this wisdom? What if a person does not understand this wisdom? How can he or she complete this journey? Sutta responds, meditating on the image of Sri Shiva. Now, which image is a question? Because Sri Shiva has two images. One is the Rupa. The left side you see, that is his one image. Number two is that Linga. And they further ask, why this difference? What is the difference about? First answer, meditating on the image, if you cannot listen to divine wisdom, is a way to purify yourself. Second question's answer is, Sri Shiva is Nishkala and Sakala. He is formless, he is also having a form. His formless image is showcasing the Linga. His image with a form, Sakala, showcases the image with a form. It is for us devotees to meditate on him. That's why his form is created. He is by default formless. He creates a form so that people like us who have fallen in the path of adharma, now when we wish to grow, when we wish to change, we wish to have an image of him so we can meditate on him, because the mind attracts more towards an image. Remember, whenever you think of a person, what comes to your mind? The image of the person. If there is no image for that person, your mind cannot retrieve memory, it will forget. Any thoughts you have, any emotions you have, there is an image attached to that emotion and to that thought. Without that image, the thought itself will cease. It will have no base, no grounding. That is why his rupa, his form has been created so we can meditate on his image and we can purify the thought process. So to the sages, Sutta had conveyed these two, the form of Sri Shiva, Sakala, and Nishkala, his formless, both on which you can meditate. The both are very powerful, no doubt in it. But now he goes more in detail, explaining how a very similar question was asked by Sanat Kumara to Nandikeshwara, the divine attendant of Sri Shiva, to whom Sanat Kumara sage asks the difference between these two and why he is worshipped like this. Sanat Kumara asks a very important question, that is, all the other devatas have a form, but Shiva alone is worshipped with a form and with the linga. Why is that? Please explain this more. And then you got the answer what Nandikeshwara said, how at the beginning that when there was an argument between Sri Brahma and Sri Vishnu, when they started to fight with each other because of arrogance, there was a huge column of light that came in front of them, which indicates that whatever we try to reach in this creation is far beyond our reach as long as grace is not attained. Whatever we try to understand in this creation is far beyond our understanding as long as grace is not attained. Sri Brahma, Sri Vishnu go to as long as they can, but they could not go to the start or the end, which means effort is there, but grace is not yet attained. To attain the grace, meditate on the Shivalinga. That very column of light is the Shivalinga, indicating the formless aspect of Sri Shiva. And even the Vedas, all the scriptures convey the same, that the Nishkala, the formless aspect of Sri Shiva is the Linga, and the one with the form is his Sakala aspect. And all the other devatas are Jiva. They are souls, they can be seen as souls. But Sri Shiva is not a separate Jiva, he is Parabrahman. He is the eternal. That is why he is also having a formless aspect, is the answer given by Nandikeshwara. Thus ends this beautiful chapter, chapter 5, where we learn that, in short, dear sincere seeker, if you on some days miss listening to this wisdom, at least look at his beautiful image. His image will heal you. It will give you purpose and clarity in your life. Now we will meditate for 5 to 10 minutes on the mantra Om Shivaya Namaha before we move to the next chapter. Shivaya Namaha. Om Shivaya Namaha. Om Shivaya Namaha. Shivaya Namaha. Om 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 Shivaya Namaha. Next, we move to the next chapter, which is chapter 6, the dispute between Sri Brahma and Sri Vishnu. In the previous chapter, what did we learn? We learned how Nandikeshwara had informed Sanat Kumara that the arising of the Shivalinga, the very first Shivalinga, had in fact come from that, the column of light, which came during an argument or a fight when it had broken out between Sri Brahma and Sri Vishnu. This chapter, we get into much more details and understanding why did this argument or this fight arise? What was the purpose for it and what had happened? How did that arising of that light come forth? Chapter 6 is titled as The Dispute Between Sri Brahma and Sri Vishnu. Nandikeshwara said. Who's Nandikeshwara? The divine attendant of Sri Shiva. Who's telling this? Sutta is telling to the sages about the incident which Nandikeshwara is conveying to Sanat Kumara. Nandikeshwara said once, long ago, many years ago during the beginning Kalpa, Sri Vishnu was having a nap. He was in his state of Yoga Nidra on his serpent couch, which is the Ananta Shesha. On Ananta Shesha, he is resting on the state of Yoga Nidra in deep bliss. Over there, Brahma happened to come on one fine day. He was crossing that path. He wanted to meet Sri Vishnu. Sri Brahma sees that Sri Vishnu was lying down there. He is in a state of Yoga Nidra, divine bliss. Now, looking at this, Sri Brahma says, why are you lying down like this? Even after seeing me, get up, oh dear, and see me. I am your Ishvara, which means I am your creator. I have come here to meet you. See, this is only ahankara. See the ego of Sri Brahma. He says, whenever an elderly person comes, you should honor them. On hearing these words, Sri Vishnu became upset and angry. But assuming a calm exterior, he said, oh dear, please sit on this couch. You're welcome. Sit beside me. How is it that your face is agitated and your eyes look angry? And Brahma responds, dear Vishnu, know me to have come with the speed of light, the speed of time. I am time, Kala. I have come at that speed. I am to be honored greatly. I should be respected greatly because I am the protector of the world. I am the grandfather of this creation. I am also your protector. So what we understand till here, I will get into a deeper commentary before I go further so you don't misunderstand this chapter. See here, Sri Brahma, Sri Vishnu, Sri Shiva. They all are great devatas. They don't get angry. They don't become greedy. They don't become envious of others. Then why does this chapter teach like this? This chapter teaches us through the devatas the consequences of anger, the consequences of ego, which we should not have in us. Sri Vishnu can never get angry. Sri Brahma as well can never get angry. That is why he is Brahma. If he is going to get angry, then I can take up his position, or we can take up his position. By controlling our anger, we exceed him. He is in his position because of that level of maturity, that level of calmness, that level of sincerity, that level of enlightenment. That is why he is there. So whenever the Shastra, in the Purana, we'll see many such stories. where there was a fight between Sri Brahma, Sri Vishnu, one getting angry, other getting greedy. This is to teach us human beings. They are used as an example, but they are beyond anger, beyond greed. Sri Vishnu, Sri Brahma, Sri Shiva, beyond anger, beyond greed, beyond envy. They are not someone who's envious. I hope you're clear with this before I go further. And next, through this chapter, what we are learning till here is ahankara for respect is a very dangerous ahankara. Don't expect people to respect you. When you try to think that people should respect you, and if they don't respect you, you will become angry. You will commit many sins with anger. So, dear sincere seeker, don't expect your family, your children, your spouse. If they respect you, good. I'm not saying they should not respect you. If they respect us, great, we are lucky. But many times we will see them being disrespectful to us. In that situation, don't lose your mind. Learn to develop the skill of Shama, forgiveness in Yama. Learn the skill of Shama. Forgive them for their ignorance. See, we human beings are so intelligent. Don't you think Sri Brahma and Sri Vishnu, who embody this wisdom, will be so intelligent? Far more intelligent than us. When I, an embodied being, a person who's burning his karmic reaction, is able to tell you that when someone is disrespecting you, forgive them, don't you think Sri Vishnu knows to forgive Sri Brahma? They know all wisdom. So whenever we speak about Sri Vishnu, Sri Brahma, Sri Shiva, in a way where they are fighting with each other, arguing with each other, it is to teach us that argument, fight, anger can never lead to any solution. They are used as an example, but they will never argue or fight. If they argue and they fight, then where is knowledge then? So they are just used as an example. So coming back to this, when people don't respect you in your life, it is fine. Take it as a grace. Because now you're seeing the true face of this creation. People will respect you only as long as you have power. When the power is gone, there is no more respect. So learn to accept however the creation treats you. And number two, don't take yourself too seriously. Sri Brahma. Don't take your position too seriously, which means too seriously means don't take it to your head. Oh, I am the owner of this company. I run this business. I am a CEO or I'm a director. Don't take these designations too seriously that it ends up putting you down in your life. They are just a role for us to serve. Sri Brahma, being the creator, is showcasing us this teaching here. That never let that role enter into your head. Let it be as a role in which you serve from your heart, as a father, as a mother, as a person who runs a business or who's in a big, powerful position in a company, in a government. Don't take that role to your head. If you do, you suffer. Let these roles be as an opportunity for us to serve this world. You will love these roles and responsibilities if you take them as an opportunity to serve the world. If you take these roles and responsibilities to your head, you will no longer love what you do. Ahankara will enter into you and you will start doing things as per a dharma, not as per dharma. So that is what they are trying to teach us through this chapter. What do we learn first when Nandikeshwara says long ago, At the beginning, Sri Brahma goes to Sri Vishnu, tells him, "Hey, get up, looking at me. I, the grandfather, the most powerful, am here, and you, like a fool, are sitting down. Get up." See, this is only anger or trying to command respect, trying to misuse your position. Another wonderful example here is misusing position will fall under the category of asteyam, exploiting. You see, Brahma is now showcasing that attitude of exploiting, which means he in reality never exploits. He's teaching us that when you exploit by having power, you will suffer. It's not going to save you in your life. Exploitations, if you have power, it is going to cause more harm to you. That's what he's showcasing. And Sri Vishnu's anger showcases that we should never become angry at people who are ignorant. We should forgive them. See, this person's an ignorant person. What does he or she know? What do they know about the ultimate truth? Let me forgive them for their ignorance. So we should develop this character, is why this story is going in this way. Now Brahma is speaking. He says, "Oh dear Vishnu, know me to have come with the speed of time. I'm Kala himself." So he's saying he's the Kala, time, the creator. I am to be honored greatly. I protect the world. I am the grandfather of all, and I'm also the one who protects you. Oh, dear one, the whole universe is situated within me. But your way of thinking is like that of a thief. You are born of the lotus sprung from my navel region. You are my son. So, what here Brahma is saying, he's saying the opposite. This is what happens when ego enters into you in high amount. Number one, he's calling himself as the time, which he is not. Number two, he's also saying that he is the ancestor of all, the protector of all. Agreed. To an extent, yes. He is our ancestor, the father of all fathers, mother of all mothers. And he also says that the whole universe is within him. And Sri Vishnu came out from the lotus sprung from the navel of Sri Brahma. This is the opposite. In fact, from Sri Vishnu's navel does that lotus come out, and comes Sri Brahma. He's giving the opposite. So, what we understand through these two verses is that if people tell you something what you don't like, don't lose your mind. There will be many instances where people will tell you things which are the opposite, which are wrong. For example, let us say you have worked all your life towards something, towards anything, and all of a sudden someone else tells that they were the one who did everything. We see this always in relationships. I was the one who looked after the family. Where were you? You were running here and there. In these arguments, you will hear all this. When such things happen, learn to let go. Don't try to prove a point that you are right. The other person was wrong. To save your relationships, to save even your own peace, at times it is better you just accept and walk away. You know that you've done your best. You know you've been truthful in your life. That's enough. You don't need the approval of the other person saying that you were the reason for how greatly this success happened. Even if they don't approve, it's okay. If they take all the credit on them, is also okay. See, this is how what happens. Many people take credit on themselves for something which belongs to others, which is in fact the breaking of Asteyam and Satyam. They're lying and they are cheating. But you, dear sincere seeker, don't get angry because someone is lying and cheating. See, we see so many things, usually governments. We have brought this scheme, but someone would have done it even before. And now the government, maybe it has changed, it is not changed accordingly, they start bringing up their own things. So like this, every human being you see, they have this character. Or a manager who has just gotten into a company, who's working on a project which was started by a previous manager, completes the project and takes all the credit. Such things will happen because they don't have satyam in them, truthfulness in them. They don't have the intention to not cheat, not hurt, not lie. They'll do anything. When people are like that, we should not become like that. We should have our principles. If you don't have your principles, what will happen next is what Nandikeshwara is going to convey. Another person says, taking all credit, I did everything. What did you do? I'm the one who's responsible for all success. When such person is ignorantly telling you this, what happens is that, and when you react, Nandikeshwara says, arguing with each other, argument arises in our life, saying that each is better than the other, and to be the Ishvara, the creator of the other. They got ready for a fight and they both started fighting with each other, desirous of killing each other. The two heroic deities, they started being seated on their respective vehicles. Sri Brahma sat on a swan, Sri Vishnu sat on Garuda, his divine vehicle, and they both started to have a clash, fighting. Like how in house we see, right? Spouses say, I was the one who looked after my child. Where did you go? You were somewhere else for last 5 years. So like this, when arguments begin, don't participate in that argument. Let the other person say whatever they wish to say. You walk away from that. If you participate in that argument, the fight like Sri Brahma and Sri Vishnu, your battle also will begin. It's a worthless battle. It's not worth it. So here the battle is beginning with something which is so silly. Remember, they both don't fight. They are just used as an example to teach us that arguments and fights in this world leads to no solution. I'm stressing on this point. They both are not ignorant. Sri Brahma, Sri Vishnu are far beyond what we can think. So in the meantime, all the devatas, so they are supporters. They also come. One team supporting Sri Brahma, other team supporting Sri Vishnu. Like how we see in relationships. Some family members support this person, other family members support this person, and an argument erupts. Like that, they have picked their team, they all start ganging up and fighting with each other. Sri Brahma, Sri Vishnu are putting all kinds of missiles, attacking each other. All types of huge missiles. Very powerful missiles are being left at each other. And all the devatas who were a witness for this fight, they slowly started becoming agitated, thinking maybe this will become very bad. This will end in a very bad way. We should quickly go to the Parabrahman, to Sri Shiva, who's the cause of creation, maintenance, annihilation, concealment, and blessing. All the five things he does. He creates, maintains, reabsorbs the creation. He conceals with the help of Maya. And he also blesses us, gives us grace. So they all think we should now go to him. Sri Shiva is the only one who can save us. Let us go to his abode of Kailasa. We'll bow down to him. And that great Parameshwara, whose Omkara, the eternal Om, he is the one who can save us and stop this fight. So all the devatas go to the abode of Sri Shiva and they see him there seated so beautifully. His right leg was kept over his knee of the left leg, like a beautiful posture, and he was in a deep meditative posture. He was meditating. All the devatas, as soon as they saw him, they were crying. There were tears of joy looking at him, seeing how beautifully Sri Shiva, the cause of this creation, the one who maintains this creation, was so beautifully seated there. Thus ends this chapter 6, which is the dispute between Sri Brahma and Sri Vishnu. So, what we understand with this chapter is that, dear divine seeker, I stress this again so you don't forget it. Sri Brahma, Sri Vishnu are just used as an example. In reality, they don't fight. They are chosen as an example that when ahankara, ego enters into you, thinking that I need respect, I want people to love me, or my spouse, my children to value me, to love me, to like me. When all these desires erupt, right, then you're in trouble. You will start becoming angry if you don't see that what you're expecting in return from them. There are many people in this world who will speak unwantedly. With them, never get into an argument. And you yourself maintain silence, don't get into unwanted speech. I did this, I did that. Don't take credit. Whatever whoever has done, they all have done because of the grace of Ishvara, Sri Shiva. Without his energy, we can't even move. It is his Shakti that allows us to do anything that we do. If you react to what an ignorant person does, then what will happen? A fight will erupt. Like how Sri Brahma, Sri Vishnu are showcasing, a fight has now started. They start attacking each other, hurting each other. So, dear seeker, stay away from arguments. There will be people who might tell you that they were the one who did everything. They'll take the entire credit, walk away. See, they broke the law of Satyam and Asteyam. In the past, first 5 sessions, I've given you, as per worldly example, what is the reaction for breaking this law. They will face their suffering. You don't try to take law in your own hands and you will then start suffering. You don't take law in your hands. That's not your work. Then you will start suffering. So whenever ignorant people take credit for relationship, for whatever you've achieved in your life, they say it was because of me. If it wasn't for me, you won't be here where you are today. Like this, all people will tell you. Forgive them. Learn to cultivate Shama, forgiveness. If you cultivate Shama, this battle itself will not happen. The battle will end. Even before it begins, it is ended. Some might question, wouldn't it be like wrong to just accept defeat every time? In the eyes of a worldly person, it's a defeat. But in the eyes of a spiritually realized person, this is victory over anger, victory over greed, victory over conveying that I did this, I did that. We don't want that because we know the truth. Everything belongs to Sri Shiva alone. So, thus ends this beautiful chapter, which is chapter 6, the dispute between Sri Brahma and Sri Vishnu. Next, what we will do is we will enter into the final part, talks on Dharma. And today's topic is also very interesting. It comes from Agni Puranam. In Agni Puranam, So in Agni Puranam, what we are going to do is we will be entering into chapter 159, which is titled as The Merits of the Offer of Libation. I'll explain to you in detail what this is about. It's a beautiful chapter which teaches us how to live. What is dharma? What should we do? Why should we do this? How to stay away from ignorance. Pushkara, sage Pushkara said, a person would in fact automatically reach the highest heavens or the state of freedom from samsara if they remember their Ishta Devata, Shri Vishnu, Shri Shiva, Ma Devi, at least once in their lifetime. Even if cremation is not done for such a person, they will attain that realm of their Ishta Devata. What does this verse convey is that think of them at least once from your heart. With your eyes closed now, at least once create the image of your Ishta Devata in your mind. And from your heart, Om Paramatmane Namaha. That's enough. The text encourages us, as per Dharma, keep meditating, pray. You've done it once, right? For you, there is good future. What this says is, for you, there's no more bad future. If you thought of him even once, your future is going to be great. And imagine we all are studying on Ishvara for so long. So, for someone like you, there should be no doubt in your mind how your future is going to be. Your future is going to be great. Even if there is no cremation done for a body of this, you will attain the highest. If you think of Ishvara even once. In fact, the text also wonderfully conveys that there is no cremation for those committing suicide and those fallen from righteous living, which means don't destroy your body. See, sometimes, why does suicide happen? It happens because we are no longer able to accept the way the world is. When we are no longer able to accept the way situations are, things are, that is why, dear sincere seeker, get rid of expectations. Why should you expect? Your expectations, if at all you have, to peace by meditating on your Ishtadevata. You'll attain peace, calmness, freedom from worldly thoughts. That's a better expectation than worldly expectation. And in fact, as per our scriptures, ending your life is not the solution because you're burning your karmic reaction. Yes, we see a lot of suffering here. Sometimes, even unimaginably, we can also fall sick. Our body will also become very unresponsive. We might not be able to stand, we might not be able to sit, we may not be able to walk properly. It's a part of our karmic cycle. That does not justify that we should now constantly think of when will I go away, when will I go. It's wrong. Even thinking of when will I die is also a thought of suicide. So don't think from today, when will I die or when will I go away, when will my time come. It is not good to think of this. You should live as if you have a long life and your dharma is to surrender to your Ishtadevata. And in fact, when a person's ashes or bones are dropped into the holy river of Ganga, they attain the higher realms of heavens. And a very beautiful statement given from verse 8 to verse 15 in Agni Purana of this beautiful chapter is that only the deeds accompany one wherever they go, which means, like that Mahabharata verse, our karma, our dharma is what will accompany us. No family, no children, no spouse, none will accompany us. When the time comes to an end, what will go with us is only dharma. That is why we should always live our life as per dharma. Irrespective of what happens, the intention should be to only live our life as per dharma. And in fact, very beautifully it is conveyed. This is something new which you would have not learnt before. One should do today the work of tomorrow, and in the forenoon that of the afternoon, because death does not wait to see whether the work has been done or not done. Which means, dear sincere seeker, if you plan to do something tomorrow, do it today. If you plan to start meditating for 1 hour or 2 hours from tomorrow, do it rather today. This teaches us that time is very valuable. And death, which is dropping this body, we do not know when it might happen. It could happen tonight, it could happen tomorrow. But imagine, from tomorrow you're planning to meditate on the image of your Ishtadevata. But tomorrow morning, you're not going to wake up. You've lost a golden opportunity. That is why what you plan to do tomorrow, do it today itself in your spiritual journey. You all would have thought, maybe watching this video, I will watch the whole video in the future. For now, I'll just do the Gita. Don't do that. That future will never come. This is that future. Today is that future. This moment is that future. If you let this moment go, it's gone. If you think I will study the Sri Lalitā Sahasranāma, Sri Śiva Purāṇa, or the Yoga Sutra of Sage Patanjali after I've completed what I wanted to complete, that day will never come. It will be over. So for good dharma, what should be done tomorrow, do it today itself. Don't wait. Because death will not wait for you, saying, oh, sincere seeker, you wanted to meditate on your Ishtadevata this morning. Don't worry. I will wait for 1 hour. You do your meditation and then you come. We both will go to the abode of Yamraja. That doesn't happen. So the spiritual practices which you had a plan to start, begin after 2 years, or to do after 5 years, to do after 1 year, or to do after 10 days or 1 day, do it today, do it now. Are you planning to study this wisdom with deep attention from tomorrow? No, do it from now. There is no tomorrow, dear seeker, there's no tomorrow. In fact, there is no afternoon, do it now itself. There is no evening, do it now. There is no night, do it now. You're planning to meditate after 1 hour, for half an hour, do it now. Learn to give importance to time, because when time is over, you will not be able to do what you wanted to do. Our spiritual practices is what elevates us. If you had done what you should be doing tomorrow, today itself, you are increasing your chances of elevation. So don't postpone this. In fact, this study itself, what we are doing, the way we are studying the Gita, the plan to begin this study was actually after 2-3 years in this level of depth. But this verse has been an inspiration to begin this from now. not after 2, 3 years. The see, Agni Purana has given such a beautiful verse. That is, one should do today the work of tomorrow. So, what you're doing today, what you're receiving today, was what was supposed to be in the future. If it was come in the future, maybe we would not be here. The time would have been over. We don't know. That is why make the best use of what you have now. Don't wait till you go to a spiritual city to meditate, till you go to a spiritual place to meditate. From now, you do. From here, you do. Don't expect your life to change to start your spiritual practices. Let my house move. My house is very loud. People around are very loud. I can't meditate. Let it be like that. You do your meditation now. Don't wait for a change, because that waiting will lead you to the end of your physical body. And when that end comes, that's when you start regretting for it. And it'll be too late for you. It's a missed golden opportunity. So here we learn to value our time, and our time is very short. Any time before the body goes, do what should be done. So, what should be done tomorrow, do it today. What should be done in the evening, do it now itself in your spiritual practices. A person who's attached to wealth, money, name, fame, or whatever you're attached to, death, time, kala, never sees that. There is no one dear to it. There is no one an enemy to it. It just makes you drop this body. When the life and one's works are over, it endures and takes away the people. See, what is death? Death is, in this body, I have a timeline, maybe 20 years more. Every day is a timeline that is clicking forward, sticking. Tomorrow it will be 20 years, 19 years, so many days left. After a year from now, 18 years, so many days left. Like this, what we have is now an opportunity. Our life itself is an opportunity to help us grow in our spiritual journey. Make use of this opportunity, because we don't know what next minute can bring. If a person is meant to live, even if you're shot by 1,000 arrows, you will live. Which means stop fearing that what if this happens, what if that happens. Even if you're shot by 1,000 arrows, you live. If you're meant to live, see, as I mentioned, my timeline, let's say 10 years more. If I'm shot by 1,000 arrows today, I will live. I will survive. Because I have 10 more years to burn my karmic reaction. I can't go so easily. That pain was a reaction to something bad I did. But if I'm meant to go tonight, you can use all the power of the world. You can't stop me. The time is over. Call at time. We should respect time. Remember, respecting time. Call. If I'm meant to be here for the next 20 years, you shoot 1,000 arrows. I'll be here for the session tomorrow morning again, because I'm not going to go. But if my time has come to an end tonight, you bring the all protection of the world, all tantra, all mantra. Nothing can save me. Kala, time, will make me drop this body. So, dear sincere seeker, stop fearing death. What is death? Just that dropping the old body, entering a new one, because the time in the old body had come to an end. It's beautifully mentioned here. Medicines and sacred syllables and others cannot save one who's destined to drop the body. Certainly, one's past actions find the doer, like the cow finding its calf. Just as how a person moves from childhood to youth to old age. This is the style of the Gita. Similarly, at the time of death, The soul, the jiva, moves into another body. Just as the body wears another new dress, so does the soul, the jiva, gets another body. Remember, the soul, the jiva, is indestructible. Hence, one should not, hence, one should discard grief, let go of grief. Hence, one should let go of grief. If you lost someone, if you know someone who was very close to you who has left, remember the cloth has been changed, but the person lives. The jiva continues. So let go of grief, let go of fear from today. What if tomorrow I have to drop the body? It's fine. But what I'll do tomorrow, I'll do today itself. Om Paramatmane Namaha. What if my time is going to come to an end by tonight? No problem. I will do what should be done in the night now itself. Om Paramatmane Namaha. So, what we are learning today in talks on Dharma is respect time. It will not wait for you. This listening to this session is also the grace of time. So, we thank Kala for giving us an opportunity to listen to this. This itself is enough. As mentioned, this one verse of the Gita you listen, it has the whole wisdom of the Gita. You don't have to even complete the one verse, every verse, waiting for 700 verses. One verse you do honestly, you have completed your journey in the right way. So now joining our palms, thanking all the devatas for this beautiful divine wisdom, what we learned. That has always been our mind. Om Tat Sat. Whatever we learned today is an offering to all the devatas. The knowledge is an offering. The energy is an offering. The listener is an offering. The speaker is an offering. Everything is an offering unto Ishvara.